Hi, my name's Chrissy. Welcome to Life Tree Yoga. I have a recording here for you of the last Zoom class of 2020, and it is a solar plexus focused class. So what that means is we do a lot of twists, a bit of core work. We have kind of a fun challenge pose towards the end of the class, but it's really about feeling empowered. At time of recording, we're just about to go into quite a challenging locked down Christmas in the UK in 2020. So this is about kind of finding the power and the strength that we have to get through tough times like this. I really hope that you enjoy it. Let me know how you got on in the comments. Namaste. We're going to start from standing today. So come to a comfortable standing position on your mat, feet hip width apart. Take a few little soft baby bounces through the knee just to feel like everything is really grounded. A few rolls of the shoulder maybe. We're going to do our breathing exercise, our pranayama, from this standing position. So if it's okay for you to do so, let the eyes gently close. Otherwise, just gaze at the tip of your nose and let the focus of your eyes soften. And we're going to start by just witnessing our natural breath here in this standing position. Keep the jaw soft, but the lips gently close so that you're taking the breath in and out of the nostrils. And try not to interfere with the breath just yet. Feel the natural rhythm of it flowing in and out. And there are other physical sensations in the body while we're standing here with the eyes closed that you might become aware of. Your body might have a gentle swaying sensation. There might be areas of tension that you notice. Just allow your natural breath to smooth those sensations out. I'm going to place our right hand on our belly, just above the belly button, and our left hand right on the centre of our heart, our chest. Keep the eyes closed, keep the elbows soft, shoulders back and down. Just feel how those hands are rising as you inhale, and everything softens as you exhale through the nose. And we're going to take a breathing practice called breath of fire, Kapalbhati. We're going to do it from a very slow pace and then get faster to really stoke the fires within our belly. If at any point you feel uncomfortable with this breathing practice, just return to witnessing your natural breath. So all together, we're going to take a deep breath in through the nostrils, filling up the belly and the chest. And we're going to do a short exhale through the nose, sniffing it out. And again, inhale deeply, filling up the belly and the chest. Exhale sharply. And again, inhale, filling up all the way to the throat. Exhale sharply. Keep going. These exhales are like you're blowing out a birthday candle, just using the breath releasing from the nostrils. So as you inhale, that belly really expands. And as you exhale, you feel that little squeeze in the abdomen to push the air out. We're going to increase the pace now, and the way we'll do that is focusing just on those exhales. Imagine it's like a train coming down the track. So exhale, 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 exhale. Keep going at this pace. feel that core working to sniff that air out. Keep going if you can. If it feels okay for you to pick up the pace, just see where your body takes you with that. Sometimes known as bellows breath. So feel that squeeze of the bellows in the abdomen, in the diaphragm. Just another minute like this. And take a big deep breath in. Hold it at the top, release the hands down by the side. We're going to hold the breath for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, keep the eyes closed for just a little longer. Return to your natural breath. Just feel those sensations in the body again. There might be some new feelings, maybe some tingling, feeling that energy, that prana that we've fired up, flowing around the body. We're going to start moving with the breath now. So blink the eyes open. And if you're not already at the top of your mat, make your way there. We're still in a hip width distance with the feet. Inhale to reach the arms all the way up overhead, palms touch. Exhale to hinge at the hips, swan dive forward. Take a hold of opposite elbows. Have a real nice soft bend in the knees so that you can release the full weight of the torso, the head. Maybe sway from side to side, side to side. Just let everything hang. And then take the hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, release everything again. And inhale, pushing through the feet, lifting all the way up. Hands touch overhead. Exhale, hands through the heart center and down by the side. We're going to do some more half suns like that. So inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hinging forward. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, hinging and releasing down. Inhale, push through those feet, reach all the way up, stand tall, palms touch. Exhale, hands through heart center. And again, inhale, reaching. Exhale, hinging. Inhale, lengthen through the spine halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, push through the feet, reach all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, hands down by the side. We're going to move into some sun salutation variation A. So inhale, reach the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale to that lovely flat back. Exhale, plant the hands on the mat. Step the right foot back, drop the back knee. Inhale, swoop the arms up in this lunge position. Exhale, release the hands back down and step back to your half or high plank. Take a moment just to inhale here, fire up the arms, fire up the core, gaze forward. And exhale to lower. You can take thighs and belly, or you can chaturanga all the way down. Point the toes. Inhale to lift the chin, lift the chest. Just hover the hands off the mat for a baby cobra. Exhale, release the head. Tuck the toes. Inhale, push up through your half or high plank. And exhale, bend the knees deeply. Send the bum up and back to downward facing dog, just for a moment here. Inhale, right foot steps forward, drop the back knee. Reach the arms up overhead for a crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step back to your plank. Inhale to fire up the arms, fire up the core. Exhale, making your way down onto the mat. Point the toes. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest. Push the hands into the mat this time for cobra. Exhale, release the head down. Tuck the toes. Inhale to push the ground away through your plank option. And exhale, bend the knees deeply, belly to thighs. And then extending the legs out behind you for your downward dog. We're going to hold this time. So take a moment if you want to pedal the legs, bending and extending each leg in turn. Maybe come to stillness and wag your tail, just sway those hips from side to side. Really open up the armpits, push the ground away from you, pulling the biceps by the ears. And then inhale, bend the knees deeply, look at the hands. Exhale to take the feet to the hands. Inhale to a halfway lift, flat back. And exhale to fold. Inhale, pushing through the feet, reaching all the way up, palms touch overhead. And exhale, hands through heart center and down by the sides. Other side straight away, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant hands, left leg steps back, drop left knee. Inhale, in this lunge position, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, release the hands down, step back to your plank. Lower all the way down this time, straight away. Point the toes, inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest for your cobra. Mind that back, see how it feels. Exhale, release the head all the way down. Tuck the toes, inhale, push the ground away through your plank. Exhale, back to downward dog for just a breath, release here. Inhale, that left leg steps forward, drop the back knee, reaching the arms up for your high lunge. Exhale, release the hands all the way down, step back to that plank, lower straight down this time. Point the toes, inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest, see how much of that belly you can peel off the ground. Exhale, lower all the way down. Tuck the toes, inhale, push up through your half or high plank. Exhale, back to your downward dog, we're holding here. Find that breath this time. Come to stillness in this downward dog, this upside down V position. Don't let the chest drop too far in. Keep that straight spine. And really, on your next exhale, pull the base of the abdomen in. Draw that belly button to the spine. Feel how that opens up the back of the body. Inhale, bend the knees deeply, look at the hands. Exhale, step the feet towards the hands. Inhale, lovely flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. And again, take a hold of opposite elbows here. Little sneaky forward fold, ragdolling again. Lovely soft bend in the knees. See how much of that belly you can take to the thighs. Release the head. Maybe even on an exhale, just sigh it out, blubber the lips. Whatever feels good. And then release those hands down. And for the final time, inhale to push through the feet. Really scoop those arms up, grab that energy overhead. And exhale the hands down through heart center and down to the sides. You're going to stay at the top of the mat in your hip width apart with the feet. And we're going to inhale to reach right arm up into the sky. Exhale to send the hips over to the right. Left hand slides down the outside of left thigh. Hold here, inhale, really reach through the fingers. Exhale to turn the face, look under the armpit, keep that chest open, shoulders back and down.
One more, inhale, reaching. And exhaling to empty the belly, using the core to lean to the side. Inhale all the way up through center. Exhale, release that hand down. Inhale, other arm reaches up into the sky. Exhale, push those hips over to the left. Nice, holding here. Inhale to reach. Exhale, firm up the quads, firm up the glutes. Strong support, strong foundation so that you can exhale and reach a little further. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands come to the lower back, fingers sliding into jeans pockets. Inhale, open up the chest, just lift the chin to open the throat, don't wrench the head back. Exhale, sending those hips forward, soft bend in the knees, elbows drawing towards each other. If you hold here, you don't have to bend that far to start firing up that core. So really draw the belly button in to open up the lower back. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hinging forward, release the hands at the bottom. This time you can take the hands either to the back of the calves, around the ankles, or maybe you can get peace fingers underneath big toes, coming on the inside edge of the toes. Wherever you're holding on to, take the elbows out to the side, shoulders down away from the ears. You can pull on whatever you're holding on to draw the crown of the head down towards the mat. And then inhale those hands to hips, very slowly uncurling, bit by bit. Head is last, coming all the way to the top. Lovely, we're going to do a variation of that. So just turn the feet out to a 45-degree angle, maybe heel toeing slightly wider than hips. Interlace the fingers and point index fingers up to the sky. Inhale to reach those arms up. Exhale to send those hips over to the left, leaning to the right. And once again, we're going to inhale to draw those biceps right back. We're going to exhale to lean a little bit further, keep that chest open. Really nice work, guys. Inhale, coming all the way through center, and exhaling over to the other side. A little soft bend in the knees. Keep reaching through those arms. Just notice if you're trying to push your head through the gap, just pull it back, pull everything back. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, soft bend in the knees, hips go forward, look up at those hands. As we exhale, we draw a little line on the ceiling, might be just a couple of centimetres. Just feel that lower back, it'll feel slightly different with the feet in this position, so just go carefully and use that core strength. The face follows the hands. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hinging forward for just a moment this time. Let the hands just hang. Maybe sway from side to side, side to side. And then inhale, hands come to hips, uncurling all the way up. And then we're going to take our feet slightly wider so you can come to the long edge of the mat this time. 4.5 to 5 feet wide. We're going to have our feet parallel this time. Might be a tiny little bit of turning out with the toes, that's okay, as we come into our goddess pose. So begin by inhaling, reaching the arms up overhead, exhaling to bend the knees and bend the elbows, cactusing the arms, thumb and finger pads touch. And again, circle those arms, straighten the legs, inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, bend the knees and sinking down, cactus the arms. One more time, inhale, straighten the legs, circle the arms, reach up. Exhale, bending down into goddess pose. We're going to hold it this time. Take those hands and rest them on the thighs. See if you can stick that butt out a little bit further behind you. Open up the chest. Breathe here. Just get those feet planted. Strong work in the thighs and the core. Exhale to drop your left shoulder into the center. You're turning the head to look past right shoulder. Inhale back through the middle. And exhale, twist to the other side. Right shoulder drops this time. And again, inhale through center. Exhale, dropping. That left shoulder look up past the right. Inhale through center. And left shoulder drops, you look up. Inhale back through center, straighten those legs, rise all the way up, palms touch overhead. Exhale, take that right elbow to right thigh or right forearm, keeping that left arm reaching overhead for a little side bend in our goddess pose. Inhale to reach that beach ball overhead if you can, lifting that right arm off of the forearm. Strong work in the core. Inhale, straighten the legs, give them a little break, palms touch overhead. Exhale, bend the knees deeply once more. Left arm to left thigh, right arm by the ear. Option as before to inhale and grab a hold of that beach ball. And inhale, come all the way up to standing, palms touch overhead. Take the hands down by the hips. Just heel toe the feet ever so slightly wider if you can. See how those inner hips feel, the inner thighs. And then we want to take our feet so they're parallel. So almost feel like you're pigeon-toeing the feet in slightly to get those parallel feet. Take the arms behind you, interlace the fingers. Palms are squeezing in towards each other. Big inhale to puff up the chest. And exhale to hinge forward. For our practitioner, forward fold. And that fist behind you is like a lever. It's counterweight to the head that is reaching down towards the ground. Keep the shoulders back and down, they're squeezing in towards each other. And then release the interlace of the fingers and let those hands float down towards the mat. Now, if you are really far away from the ground and that's too much, you can just quickly grab a cushion or a block if you need to bring the ground closer up towards you. We're going to plant our right hand down into the ground. You can piano the fingers if it makes it more reachable. And left arm is going to reach up into the sky for a twist. Holding this twist here, just use that side body so that you're really twisting right from the base of the spine, the base of the belly. Feel that belly firing up. You've got this. Float that left hand all the way down. Replace the right as it reaches up into the sky, twisting to the other side. Beautiful. If the balance is good, you can look up at that hand. And once again, float it down. Replace that left hand, which floats up into the sky, twisting over to the left. And then release it down. Place the right hand that floats up into the sky and twisting to the right. Release both hands down this time. Option to take a deeper practitioner if your hamstrings are getting tired here. You can take a soft bend in the knees. Otherwise, just see if you can walk the hands a little closer to the body. Don't worry if you can't, keep working on that block, working on that cushion. If you've got the hands deeply on the mat, we want to be getting them in line with the feet and bending the elbows through the gap in the leg, looking straight through the legs. Lovely work, guys. These are lovely. If you've got your hand on the block, just try and keep a little length in the spine. Try not to round too much in the back. Nice. And everybody's going to walk their hands back towards and take the hands to the hips. Soft bend in the knees. And inhaling, coming all the way up to standing. Keeping in this wide-legged position. We're going to turn the right toes out, coming into a warrior one position. So If you need to shuffle around so you can still see me, please go ahead. We're all going to meet with our feet 4.5 to 5 feet apart. Right toes are turned out, left toes are turned in ever so slightly. Right foot is in line with the middle of left foot. We're going to turn our hips and our chest so they're pointing at the short edge of the mat in the same direction as that right foot. We're going to inhale and reach our arms up to our warrior one position. And if you've got your strap to hand, we're going to hold it with our right hand in the sky. Just take a moment here to open up that chest, just feel that lower back. Might be kicking in slightly, so really draw that right thigh bone into the hip socket. Tuck the tailbone under slightly. The right hand that's holding the strap, I want you to just give yourself a little pat on the back. And then we're going to swoop the left hand around the back. Take the back of your left hand against your back. And see if you can catch a hold of that strap. That's what it's going to look like. For this tricep stretch, it's the upper part of our cow face pose. Everybody looks like they've got it, so that's great. We're going to stay working here. See if you can walk the hands closer towards each other using that strap. And from this position, just notice if those rib cages have popped open. And this is where the core comes in this posture. So draw the belly in, tuck the tailbone under to pack those rib cages back in. Keep that chin level. Lovely. One more deep breath. Really point that elbow in the sky, up, up, up. And exhale, release the strap. Just throw it to one side nearby. Take the hands to the hips. Step that back foot in slightly. Turn the chest to the long edge of the mat. Straighten the legs. Inhale the arms up to the side. Exhale, leaning over to the right for your triangle pose. Just float that right hand down onto the shin. Left hand is coming up into the sky. Keep that chest open. Imagine that pane of glass behind you, lengthening everything out in one straight line. If balance is good, you can look at that hand in the sky. Squeeze the quads to protect the knees. Keeping the legs where they are, drop that left hand that's in the sky down to the hip. We're going to come into our half moon balance here. So if you have a block to hand, you can place it on the outside of that right foot. Don't worry if you don't. We're just going to bend that front knee a little bit and hop that back foot in slightly. See if you can piano the fingers into the ground. And then once more, we're going to hop that back foot off the ground entirely, straighten the left leg, flex the left foot. If you've got the balance, you can float that left hand back up into the sky. Go slowly. Yes. Find that gaze point, find that speck on the ground. Let the eyes glaze over and breathe. The more you use the core, the more you'll be able to open the chest. And then exhale to float everything back down. Take that back foot to the mat, take that hand down to the hip. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Just turn the feet so that you're back into your wide-legged position, looking at the long edge of the mat. And maybe we'll just step the feet in and just give the legs and everything a little shake before we do the other side. Strong work in the legs today as well as the core. Let's come back to that wide-legged position now. And left toes turn this time. Step that back foot in ever so slightly so that you can turn the chest, turn the hips and face that short edge of the mat. Grab a hold of that strap in the left hand this time. And inhale that arms up into the warrior one position to begin with. So just take a look at this front knee, make sure it's in a 90-degree angle. Make sure you can see that big toe. Spread the fingers, shoulders back and down. Really lock that front thigh into the hip socket. Find that smooth, steady breath. Left hand that's holding the strap is going to give your shoulders a little pat. Right arm is swooping around back of the hand against the back. Take hold of the strap in both hands to stretch out that left tricep. Walking the hands along the strap. If you've got the bind, you've got the bind. Don't worry about the strap being in the way, just clasp the hands. Pack those rib cages in again. You can breathe out to do that. Just exhale, grow tall. Keep that chin level. Don't try and tuck the chin in to get that elbow higher. Nice. And as we did before, we're going to release that strap, just throw it to one side. Take the hands to the hips, step that back foot back and out slightly so that we can straighten the legs and turn the chest to the long edge of the mat. Inhaling the arms outstretched, shoulder height. Exhaling over to the left this time. Float that left hand down onto the left shin. Inhale to look up at the hand if the balance feels good. Every exhale, you're sliding that left hand down the left leg, but we are not letting that right shoulder roll in. Keep a shorter stance in that arm and that leg if it means that you are maintaining that nice openness in the chest. Lovely. Keeping the legs where they are, take that right hand down to the hip. We're coming into that half moon balance on the other side, so if you've got a block that you can use, take it to the outside of that left foot. Don't worry if you don't, just bend that left knee deeply. See how you can get those left fingertips down onto the mat. Hop the back foot in just a little way. Can maybe come onto the ball of that back foot just to get ready. And then you can start to tip the weight forward as you float that foot up into the sky. We're trying to open the chest just like we did in that that triangle pose. See if you can use the core to lengthen the spine. Lovely. Nice steady exhale to smoothly float that back foot down to the ground and that hand in the sky to your hip. And come all the way up to standing. Once again, a little opportunity to just shake out any of the stale energy we've loosened up in those legs. And then we're going to make our way down onto the mat. Take the hands down to the mat and then maybe just step one foot and then the other straight back into a plank position. So we want to get this plank absolutely perfect today to get that Manipura chakra fired up. So get the hands right under the shoulders. We're on the balls of the feet, the toes are tucked. Imagine there is a broom balancing on your body, so we don't want to be dropping the pelvis down or pushing the bum up. It's like a nice straight flat back, like a plank. The core is going to be working to maintain that straight flat body. Shoulders are pushing the ground away like when we do our cat-cows, and we're gazing straight ahead. Keep breathing here. Anytime you feel tired, take those knees to the mat, but maintain the integrity in the back of the body. Squeezing the glutes. And then we're going to drop the knees, release the tops of the feet to the mat, and we're going to slowly lower our hips, our belly, our chest, all the way down. And release the tops of the legs right down onto the mat. So just point the toes and pick them up one by one, time after time. So you feel the full length of those legs are resting on the mat. Then take the big toes so they're touching, ankle joints are touching. And take backs of the hands either side of the body resting on the mat. Inhale to lift the chin, lift the chest, float the hands off the mat, getting ready for locust pose. Exhale to squeeze the glutes and float those feet off the ground. Inhale to really try and pull those shoulders up and back. And exhale to use the core to pull more of your body off of the ground, both the feet and the legs. Strong work here, stay with it guys, you've got it. Gazing forward, throat is opening. Exhale, release everything down. Take the right ear down to the mat. Let the ankle joints flop out to the side. Just going to do that one more time. So inhale, bring the chin back to center. Take those ankle joints and big toes to touch. Exhale just to get ready, really push that pelvis into the ground. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest, hover the hands. Exhale, float the feet. Thighs are lifting off the mat, glutes are squeezing, shoulders are squeezing. Hold here. Find your breath. Spread those fingers, feel the energy. Exhale, release everything down, left ear to the mat this time. Ankle joints flop out to the side, release the lower back. And just a little bit more core work here, so forgive me if you're getting tired. Just take the elbows to underneath the shoulders, interlace the fingers, push the wrists down into the mat, tuck the toes under. We're going to inhale, push up into a forearm plank this time, so lift those hips off the ground. You can pick up and replace the balls of the feet onto the mat to really get that length in the back of the legs, and gaze forward. These look good. Now notice if your back is rounding, think about opening that chest, almost like the chest is leading forward, but you've still got that lovely flat back. Good, that's good, Janice. One more deep breath in. And exhale, release everything down. Release the tops of the feet to the mat. And we're going to roll over onto our backs. Hug our knees in. Give ourselves a little hug. Maybe rock from side to side. And then slowly rock our way up into a seated position. Going to extend our right leg out. And we're just going to hug that left knee in close to the body. So see how close to your left buttock you can get that left foot. And just give it a little hug, grow tall. Again, just countering those back bends we've been doing. And with that right leg extended still, we're going to step that left foot to the outside of right knee. And we're going to take our right elbow to the outside of that left knee, pianoing the free hand down into the mat close to the bum, and using the arm that's on the outside of the bent leg as a lever. You can gaze over that left shoulder, twisting again from the base of the belly. Stay where you are, keep breathing. We've got a fun little challenge pose for you to come into now, so just see how you go with it. Absolutely no pressure, just have a little play at this point. So keep the legs where they are, but turn the body so that it is pointing to the other side. Place both hands down on your right hand side onto the ground. And just start to roll onto the outer edge of that right leg. Maybe even pick the hips up and put them back down again. This is the starting point for our baby grasshopper. You might want your strap here because we're going to reach for that right leg with our left hand, like this. It's coming in front of the bent knee. Lovely. This is a good place to stay. But if you want a little bit of challenge, that hand that's on the ground, your right hand that's on the ground, is going to chaturanga, bending at the elbow, taking that shoulder over the wrist, just like we did in our plank poses, so that we can push our foot that's on the ground right into the floor and pick our hips up for baby grasshopper. Just give it a little go, have a couple of attempts of just playing. Yes, you've got it, Janice. Nice work, Mike. Yes, Jenna, I can't quite see that foot, but the position looks nice. Excellent. Take everything slowly back down onto the mat. Really good work, guys. Step that foot out so both legs are straight out. Just give them a little jiggle. And then we're going to do the other side. So left leg is going to extend this time. Take a moment to hug right foot close in towards the buttock. Maybe wrap the arms around it. Give it a really good squeeze. Give yourself a nice hug. Just pulling it in tight and just shuffling those shoulders and chest so you can get really tall in the spine. Like we did before, we're going to take a little twist here. So this time that left foot, the right foot is going to step to the outside of the left knee. And then opposite elbow comes in front of that knee, using it as a lever to twist around. Other hand is like a kickstand behind you, letting that spine grow tall. Turn the head to gaze over that right shoulder this time. Just stay where you are, focusing on the breath. And keeping the feet and the legs precisely where they are. Release that elbow from the knee. Turn the body over to the left this time. Hands are planting down on the ground. Just see like how far away you want to take them and how far you can kind of drop those shoulders over the wrists. Again, we can pick our hip up and place it back down on the mat, so you're almost coming onto the outer edge of that left foot. It's resting on the ground. Option to use the strap if you can't reach the foot of the extended leg, but you're trying to catch a hold of that left foot with your right hand, catching on the outer edge of it. Take a moment to drop that chest again, chaturanga, that arm that's resting on the ground. Push into the foot that's on the ground, tip the weight forward, pick the hip up off the ground. You can have a couple of goes, just play with it, see how it feels. Beautiful baby grasshoppers here, lovely. If you've got it, just hold it. If you're playing, keep playing. The discovery is the main aspect. Don't worry about what it looks like, just have fun seeing how it feels. And then place the bum back down. This time we're going to take our feet outstretched, legs outstretched again. We'll do the little jiggle like we did before. And then we'll catch a hold of our strap if we've got one, and take it around the balls of the feet. Thighs are touching, calves are touching, back is growing nice and tall. And then as we exhale, we connect more of the belly with the thighs, walk the hands down the strap. Don't worry where they come to. Keep gazing past those toes to keep a nice straight neck. If you capture hold of the feet easily, push the thumbs into the base of the big toes, pull the outer edge of the feet towards you. You can even close the eyes here if you find these forward folds nice and soothing. Just a little moment to download those postures. And then slowly inhale, walk the hands back towards the body, come all the way upright. Take the soles of the feet to the mat, bend the knees, and slowly make your way down so that your back is lying down fully on the mat. Back of the head is resting, shoulders are resting, tuck the chin in. And we're going to cross our right thigh over our left. You know I love this posture. So it's like our cow-faced pose, but we're lying down. So inhale to draw the knees in, and then take the hands to the shins or the ankles, and exhale to pull them out to the side, pull those knees in even more. Keep that double chin, lengthen the spine. This is just going to release the lower back, nice stretch in the glutes. Sometimes known in yin as reclined shoelace. Maybe even take a few little circles with the toes, just loosen up those ankles. And then release the hands, release the feet to the mat, uncross the legs. Give me a couple of windscreen wipers, dropping those knees from side to side. And then we're going to do the other side. So this time we're going to cross the right thigh over the left. Draw the knees in. If the bum lifts a little bit so that you can catch a hold of the shins, that's okay. But keep that chin tucked in. Try and keep as much of the back connected with the ground as possible. And then draw those feet out to the side. Just pull those knees in close to the chest. You can make circles again with the feet if that felt nice. And then release those hands, take the feet down onto the mat. And we're going to inhale to lift the hips, lift the chest, come up onto the shoulders, into our bridge pose. Now just see if your feet can step in a little closer. You should almost be able to just touch them with your middle fingers, just touch the back of the ankles. Draw those knees so that they are parallel with the feet. Imagine you're squeezing a block. Glutes squeezing to help you lift those hips up high into the sky. Lovely. If you want to, if you're deep in this pose, you can interlace the fingers, drive those wrists into the ground, shuffle those shoulders in close to each other, taking that chest even higher off the mat. Don't let those knees flop out to the side. And then slowly, if you've interlaced the fingers, just undo them, take the arms out to the side and release the vertebrae bit by bit, all the way down. Bum is the last thing to connect with the mat. Extend right leg along the mat and draw left knee in close to the body. Interlace the fingers over the shin and just give that knee a little rock from side to side. And then let that knee come across the body, rolling over into a twist over to the right hand side. You can use that right hand to pin the knee down into place. You can shuffle the hips into the middle of the mat. Maybe extending that left arm out to the side and turning the head to look at the hand. Feel a nice stretch along the diagonal of the body. So across the left hand side. And then slowly come back through center. Extend the left leg this time. Draw right knee in, interlacing the hands over the shin. Just tuck that chin back in if you've managed to start creeping it back up. Take a few little rocks from side to side with that knee. And then we're rolling over to the left for a twist. Take that knee across the body. Maybe use the left hand to guide it. Right arm can stretch out to the side. If you don't have enough space either in your room or in your shoulder, you can cactus the arm. Turn the head to look at the outstretched arm. And then inhale, come all the way back. Take soles of the feet so they're on the mat and allow the knees to knock in towards each other so they're resting on each other. And we're going to take the hands and rest them kind of so the palms are on our rib cages and our middle fingers are just connecting, the fingertips are just connecting over the top of our diaphragm. So that bit where the rib cage kind of parts, and you've got that triangular shape. That's where your fingertips are just going to touch there. Tuck that chin in, and if it feels okay to do so, we're going to close the eyes here. The elbows and the four upper arms just resting on the ground so that the shoulders can melt into the mat. And every time you inhale, you're going to feel those middle fingers very subtly part. And as you exhale, they're connecting back together. So now is a really good opportunity before we finish in our relaxation just to notice the subtle changes that we have affected through our yoga practice. So notice your smooth, natural cycle of breath. We're going to finish with one more breathing exercise. Our quantum breath. Just to settle that solar plexus chakra back down. So inhaling deeply, filling up the belly and the chest. We're going to pause and hold at the top for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale through the nose, emptying out. Feel those fingertips reconnect and hold at the bottom. Hold the breath for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, inhaling, fill up the belly, the middle chest, the upper chest. Hold the breath for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose, emptying out. Fingertips reconnect. Hold at the bottom for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round like this. Really inhale deep into the base of the belly. Fingers part, rib cage expands, breastplate expands. Hold at the top for 10. And exhaling through the nose, emptying out completely, letting go. Hold the breath at the bottom for 10. And inhale to return to your natural breath. Take the arms down by the sides of the body, back to the hands rest on the ground. Step one foot and then the other to the corners of the mat. Coming into your final relaxation, so if you like a blanket or warm clothing here, just grab them with as little disturbance to yourself as possible. Just going to take a few moments to rest here. There's no hurry. And so it's natural that your mind will want to wander in our Shavasana pose, the hardest pose of the class. Just let those thoughts drift in. They'll drift away just as easily. When in doubt, return to following your breath. Very gently bring awareness back to the present moment. You can wiggle fingers and wiggle toes just to wake everything back up. When you're ready, take a nice deep breath in. As so that you can reach the arms overhead and stretch the full length of the body. And exhaling onto your right hand side into the recovery position. Make a pillow with the arms or the hands. Just a little moment here to gather your thoughts back up and get ready. And in your own time, make your way into a seated position. Try and keep the eyes closed for a little longer if you can. Take the hands to heart center in a prayer position. So the affirmation for our solar plexus chakra, or an affirmation if you like, is I stand in my personal power. So you can carry that through the rest of the day and into this challenging Christmas period. You have the power you need to do what you need to do. Well done everybody. Tuck the chin, blink the eyes open. Namaste.